I honestly believe a fire in that building, we could have a major life loss.
An apartment building in Tulsa deemed a hazard, and now the people who live there are scrambling to find new homes. The problem? Finding affordable, safe housing that will take them in. 2 Works for You's investigator Erin Conrad shows how this happens and why compassion and vigilance are coming together to protect and place people who otherwise have few housing options.
This old church, cobbled into a makeshift apartment building, is where Darla Renfro lives with about 18 other people.
Because there's so many code violations. We've got like black mold stuff in the ceilings. We've got, there's nobody to clean the restrooms, and of course none of these are going to clean up after themselves. There's roaches. He hasn't sprayed for bugs in the last probably 3 months. So it's just been bad.
These tenants called the 2 Works for You problem solvers to get help. They say the building is so run down, it's being condemned, but they don't have anywhere else to go. Cree DeBrain is the landlord of the building and says this isn't just any old apartment housing. He claims he was trying to run a shelter for those in need.
I try and help people on the street who no one wants to help.
Darla and the other tenants have all experienced homelessness at some point and still struggle to make ends meet on a daily basis. And while this building is nearly unlivable, it's the only thing they could afford.
And most of these people are the same way. They live check to check and on Social Security. So money is the reason we haven't moved.
The Tulsa Fire Department has been working with the property for nearly a year now, trying to improve safety, while the city tries to find housing for the tenants.
It was originally built as a school. Our research has shown, and it operated as a church for many years. After that, we believe at some point it was a single-family residence. As of late, we've had someone take the property and turn it into an apartment. And the issue becomes is these modifications have been made without regard to any change of use for the city and any permitting process. So we have not had a chance as a city and to go in and ensure that life safety is taken care of and all the other things that you would normally expect in an apartment complex.
According to the Tulsa County tax assessor, the property is still listed as a single-family home, not as an apartment. There's also no indication that it has been registered as a charity or nonprofit, like the landlord claims.
The situation leads us to a bigger problem.
Because we have a lack of safe, affordable housing in Tulsa. If we had ample supply of safe, affordable housing with legal landlord-tenant relationships, then people wouldn't be drawn to these kind of sub-economy rental situations that ultimately pose a danger not only to them, but landlords as well.
Tyler Perrette is with Housing Solutions Tulsa and says for those with criminal histories, eviction records, and who have experienced homelessness, many times this kind of living situation is all they can find, leaving residents stuck.
That's a vulnerability. If you've been homeless, then you don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to the streets for no reason.
Thankfully, Darla and the other tenants are getting help from the city and other outreach organizations, but so far, none of them have found new homes just yet. In the meantime, Tulsa's fire marshal says his department will monitor the building closely until it's empty, and at that point, likely condemn it, so no tenants can live there unless it's brought up to code. Erin Conrad, 2 Works for You.